All right, today's Saturday, March 2nd, 2019. Today we're going to be painting. I got my ididit steering column hung from the lift posts. So we're going to be painting that. I'm going to primer that first and paint. Got my AC vents ready. Fix this one with the plastic weld or whatever it's called. I'm going to be painting the top sides of the wheel wells. That's a wrap. Yesterday, painted the brake booster, the master cylinder, because it was starting to show surface rust. So we're going to move some stuff out of here so we can spray these things. Going to paint these things matching blue. I got leftover base and some clear. Debated on leaving them black, but I think there's going to be too much black under the hood, so we're trying to break it up a little bit. So these things are powder coated already, so all we did was scuff them. Red pad, I shoot base on top of that. Same process we did for the wheels. So stay tuned here. Gonna be letting the 14-year-old paint. Told him he can do it. It's his project. Stay tuned. Remember, not too heavy. We're not trying to coat it with one coat. Like that's a little too heavy right here. It's running. Move faster. Or pull the gun further back. All right, still Saturday, March 2nd, 2019. Just want to close out the day here. We got a little bit done. First what we did was I got this gas tank, which is it's not original. I think it was bought new at some time because it had the galvanized look to it. So all we did was just clean it up, dump the gas out, rinse it out, let it sit overnight, rinse it out, and then we shot it with some SPI black epoxy, and that's it. It's going to go in the car like that. Epoxy laid out pretty good. Didn't take much. I got a new sending unit and a new filler neck for it, and then or the filler hose, which hopefully it shows up Monday. And then the filler neck itself was powder coated with the batch. And then we did the wheel wells. Came out pretty good. The undersides are still black. We taped them off, so they're gloss black underneath. We painted these, some leftover paint. I still have exactly 1 quart of base coat, and I don't have any more clear. So that was good. It didn't cost me anything to do these. I already had the materials. Pretty much all we did was scuff up the powder coat with a red Scotch pad, and then base and clear it, and it was pretty straightforward. Actually, it took, I think, at first the coats, we had to do a little bit of a gun adjustment. The base was going on too heavy, so I would say it probably took three coats to cover that black, but we went ahead and put 4. So 4 coats of base, and then 2 coats. The wheel wells are the SPI high solid clear, Southern polyurethane high solid clear. 2 coats. I had just enough, almost exactly enough to get that done. And then we got the steering column done. I just finished kind of mocking it up. Same thing, base clear. This was ended up clearing this with the shop line, what they call high solid 2-to-1 mix ratio. Taped it up, took the neutral safety switch off, taped up the wires, taped up the shifter. I didn't want to pop the shifter out. I did that on my 63, and I remember it being quite a task, so just left that in, taped it up. Got the steering wheel, it's just mocked up, just to get an idea. Got a new horn bezel, and then actually the cap itself is original. I just used steel wool, clean it up. So the steering column came out pretty good. I did have a nasty run, but I was able to wet sand it and use my little detail polisher, get it out. It's kind of, I mean, I found it kind of hard to paint something so round without getting a run. This came out Really nice. This is like, couldn't be more happy. Of course, you don't even see that because that's under the dash. The run was actually on this side, so whatever. But it's pretty good. Two-tone steering wheel. And then we got the AC vent done, both of them. These are also base clear. I took the little vent balls out, used the 0000 steel wool chrome polish or mother's polish. Man, it brought them back to life. Really nice for being so old. Got new felts in there. It's kind of tight. I might double up on the felt, but came out pretty good. No cracks. Actually, I don't even remember which one is the one I fixed. One of them was cracked. I think it's the passenger side. So if you remember that steering wheel, that's an original steering wheel. It was all cracked up. I used that plastic weld, which is like a two-part, or it's an epoxy that you knead it together, and then you just smear it on and then sand it once it dries. So we got the AC vents in, polished up the chrome ball. Looks good. It's looking more complete. And then to finish it off, we put the dipstick in, transmission dipstick. That's that low-car black braided stainless flexible dipstick for a 350. They make them for all kinds of transmissions, so kind of debated on where to put that. I didn't want to put it too close in, interfere with the spark plug wires. Didn't want to put it out too far, of course, so just kind of picked a spot, drilled a hole, called it good. That's what it looks like. That's what we did today. Tomorrow, I'm going to put the sending unit on this thing. Going to put the steering column in. Going to put the dash instrument cluster in. And then start wiring it up. Underneath the dash, it looks like it's mostly plug and play. Not a whole lot of crimping going on. So that's going to go pretty quick. Main thing is putting the column on. And then it connects to this double D shaft with these universal joints, pretty much like a U-joint. It's adjustable in all kinds of directions. Bolt that in, should go pretty smooth. Hopefully it's a two-man job. And once that's in, like I say, start working on the dash. Got the fascia. I need to get a radio, figure something out for a stereo. Once the instrument cluster goes in, it's going to look more complete. Might do a little more of the insulation work, trim it up a little bit. Got to figure out what I'm going to do about the kick panels for some speakers. But it's coming along. We did some good progress today. Like I say, we painted these things. I didn't have to go buy anything. It didn't cost me no money. Used materials I already had. And they came out pretty good. I didn't even paint these. The 14-year-old painted them. And he did a pretty good job. At first, the gun was spraying out kind of heavy on the base. So it came out a little blotchy on one of them. So we waited to dry, and then we hit it with some 800 and put 2 more coats and called it good. So he did good. There's no major runs. Looks nice and glossy. Matches the car. He also did this gas tank in black epoxy. So that's it for today. Stay tuned for more updates. Thanks.